contentious day in Kenosha County Court as Kyle Rittenhouse takes the stand.
Plus the controversy over a pair of memorials at a local high school created for two students killed in a crash last month. News 3 Now at 10 starts right now. Thank you for joining us tonight. It was an explosive day in court today in the trial of Kyle Rittenhouse. The defense blindsiding everyone, including the prosecution, by calling Rittenhouse himself to the stand in the middle of the case.
Now, Rittenhouse said he had to use the gun to defend himself, but when it came to describing the actual shootings, he actually broke down on the witness stand.
And there were three people right there.
Take a deep breath, Kyle.
After a short break, Rittenhouse composed himself and continued. He was on the stand till about 4:30 this afternoon after hours of cross-examination.
Another storyline of today's proceedings, the defense asking for a mistrial due to the prosecutor's line of questioning.
The defense is going to be making a motion for a mistrial. However, that motion is going to be requested with prejudice.
Defense attorneys say twice today the prosecution commented on Rittenhouse's right to remain silent. The judge scolded the prosecution multiple times, but the trial did continue. The defense says they have 3 witnesses left, and the judge hopes the case can be handed over to the jury on Monday or Tuesday of next week.
And new tonight, we're getting a closer look at what it means to declare a mistrial with prejudice and why a local attorney we spoke with says it's unlikely to happen. Brady Mallory joins us now with more. Brady.
The attorney we heard from today says the judge only took the request under advisement, but says if Judge Bruce Schrader was going to grant it, he would have granted it right then and there. Jessa Nicholson-Getz served on Rittenhouse's counsel for 9 days last year. She says when a jury is sworn, prejudice attaches. If the defense causes a problem in court and a new jury is needed, the state can choose to retry the case. But if the state is the bad actor and the court determines you tainted the jury, mistrial without the chance to retry the case is one of the punishments.
It's a very rare remedy. It's very, a prosecutor really has to be far, far afield from what is normal courtroom behavior to affect a jury so adversely that you'd see a mistrial with prejudice granted.
Nicholson-Getz says it's proper for the defense to ask in this case because they're just doing their job. But from experience, she said nobody expects a mistrial to actually happen.
Well, Brady, thank you. We have more of our conversation with Nicholson-Getz as well as live streams from today's testimony. It's available right now on our website, channel3000.com.
And let's get a look at our certified most accurate forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Well, the winds have been picking up this evening. We've had a batch of showers move mainly north and west of Madison. We'll see more showers overnight. Time-lapse from the Edgewater Skycam shows a little bit of sunshine this morning, but notice how the clouds thickened up as the day went on, and we started to see a couple of scattered showers move through by mid to late afternoon here in the Madison area. Most of the rain, though, has stayed north and west of town. You can see that on radar. Low temperatures this morning started out in the middle 20s here in Madison, but we warmed up to 55 degrees this afternoon. So a quick rise in temperatures because the air was dry during the day. Now the air is becoming a little more humid, and the showers are starting to develop north and west of the Wisconsin River. That's where temperatures are in the 40s, but where the rain has either stopped or not started at all yet, temperatures are still in the 50s, and these temperatures will stay nearly steady overnight, but showers become more numerous by tomorrow morning. A cold front comes through right around 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, and then temperatures fall off after that, staying in the 40s for much of the day. By Friday morning, it'll be down cold enough for some flurries of snow. I'll have more on that in the forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. Students at Baraboo High School are demanding an apology from school officials after they say staff took down memorials without warning.
Those memorials were made in honor of 2 students who lost their lives in a fatal crash less than 3 weeks ago. Tahalim Mohideen spoke with students in Baraboo and shares why they say they're outraged.
Jack Blessinger went to school Monday morning to find the memorial he created for his friend Adley was no longer there.
Honestly, it was just disrespectful.
When he found out it was school officials who took it down, he and his friends were outraged.
Because I didn't think that the school could do something like this. I thought that they had more respect.
So they decided to protest.
We put up sticky notes on the lockers for all the kids that cared, and the principal just went down and took all the sticky notes away.
Which they say the school didn't take well.
They were going to charge our students for putting them up. Vandalism?
Yeah.
Yeah.
for putting up sticky notes.
In a news release, Baraboo School District officials said they understand memorials are part of the grieving process for some, but also stated they can negatively affect others. It reads, the memorials placed at student lockers were relocated to the Baraboo High School Student Services area to prevent the potential for re-traumatizing students and staff. Students disagree.
At the end of the day, it's more traumatizing to take that down than to keep it up.
District officials say the memorials will remain on school grounds until the end of the week, when they will be given to the victims' families.
It's long live Adley and it's long live Faith, and the school doesn't seem to realize that.
According to the release, staff will also be working with close friends and family to create a permanent memorial for the 2 students killed in the crash. But students are still dissatisfied with the school's response.
They didn't really show no remorse.
Now demanding an apology.
I definitely feel like they only put that out there because we were getting the news and getting the media and the community together.
In Baraboo, Tahlil Muhaddin, News 3 Now.
Baraboo High students are planning to stage a walkout on Friday morning in protest of the school's actions.
We're learning more tonight about the remains found at Fort McCoy last week. Today, the Monroe County Medical Examiner has identified them as belonging to 45-year-old Christopher Dosolari. The death was cause of the death undetermined. Foul play not suspected at this time. A hunter found those remains last week near the base. Sheriff's officials say Dosolari led Sparta police in a motorcycle chase. That was back in September. They found his bike abandoned but never found him. Authorities in Milwaukee looking for an escaped inmate. 39-year-old Robert Johnson of Rockford escaped while in custody at Mitchell Airport in Milwaukee. He's being moved to Rock County from Texas. He has an extensive criminal record, faces aggravated assault and battery charges. You're asked to call 911 if you have any information about it.
Hazardous gas exposure sent 3 people to the hospital today in Beloit. Fire crews say a mixture of pool chemicals created a hazardous gas plume at the Beloit College powerhouse around 9:30 this morning. 2 college staff members needed medical attention. A 3rd person drove themselves to the hospital. No students were hurt. Continuing coverage now, a Wisconsin Senate committee has issued a subpoena for Madison election records as part of an ongoing investigation into the 2020 election. The subpoena issued by the Senate Committee on Elections, Election Process Reform and Ethics calls for the city to turn over all physical absentee ballot certificates for the November 2020 general election and the results of tests on electronic voting machines used for the election.
Federal health officials estimate more than 900,000 U.S. children ages 5 to 11 will have received their first COVID-19 vaccination shots by the end of today. The Biden administration called it a strong start to the program, which just started last week, with an additional 700,000 appointments already scheduled at local pharmacies. And in Lodi today, SSM Health hosting another vaccination event today at the city's elementary school. SSM says about 300 kids are getting their first dose of the Pfizer vaccine there, one of dozens of clinics happening over the next few weeks.
And tonight, the CDC is again warning people about the measles, saying the highly contagious virus is once again a global threat. That's because some 22 million babies around the world missed getting a measles vaccine during the pandemic. More than 60,000 people die each year from the measles, and most of those deaths are among young children. New at 10, people affected by the water crisis in Flint, Michigan will be awarded a $626 million settlement. A federal judge gave final approval for the settlement today. It's meant to compensate the tens of thousands of people impacted by lead exposure and other contaminants from the city's drinking water. A victims' compensation fund will be established to pay residents directly.
A new coaching era for Badger women's basketball underway tonight at the Kohl Center hosting St. Thomas. Sports director Zach Hanley was there for game number 1. It was a good one for the Badgers, Zach.
Yeah, Eric, first impressions always important. First game of the season for Wisconsin, but also the coaching debut for Marissa Mosley, who takes over a program that won a total of 5 games last year. And the whiteboard was good to Mosley. Whatever she drew up tonight was working against St. Thomas. Sydney Hilliard already in midseason form. The drive for 2 of her 17 points, but Christina Lu simply could not be stopped. The freshman making her first start as a Badger. Dials went up from deep. LU dropped in a cool 29 points in her UW debut as Marissa Mosley gets win number 1, 67-51. And don't forget to tune into this week's Badger Blueprint. Jim Polzine and I break down last week's win at Rutgers, look ahead to Northwestern, and talk Wisconsin's bowl streak. That's coming up in just a couple minutes.
All right, Zach, thank you. And some Packers news tonight. All-pro tackle David Bakhtiari has been removed from the physically unable to perform list. Could suit up this weekend, but Coach Matt LaFleur says he's actually day-to-day. The 30-year-old started practicing again last month after tearing his ACL late last year. And still to come, we are in for a dramatic change in our weather. Gary Canalti, he'll break it all down at his full forecast.
But first, it is that time of year, and the Salvation Army is again looking for bell-ringing volunteers. How you can help next.
A nursing home promises to care for our parents as cherished loved ones. But if your parents have been injured in a nursing home, we can help. Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Cup, baby.
Up would be the operative word there, pal.
Yeah. Sorry. Have a good day.
If you ride, you get it.
Oh, wow, we're really backed up.
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
I have worked at Huffcore for the last 36 years.
Huffcore closing the plant, moving production to Mexico.
I gave my life and my body to that place. Ron Johnson pushed through a tax law that rewards outsourcing. Companies can bring profits back from Mexico tax-free. And worse, Ron Johnson profited personally from outsourcing. He has doubled his wealth since taking office. Tell Ron Johnson to stop putting his profits above our jobs.
It's time to get holiday ready with Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks. Or with Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And come home in a Ford Bronco Sport. That's how you get holiday ready. Now, get a 2021 Escape, Edge, or EcoSport with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash.
What you see is important to you. How you see is important to us. We're Shopco Optical. You'll see.
It's no secret, Robertson is Wisconsin's aesthetic leader, but with results this natural, patients can keep it a secret if they want. Our secret to reducing stubborn body fat, Cool Sculpting Elite, the newest technology available. Book a free consultation to learn how Cool Sculpting is different at Robertson.
What does it mean to fight for what's right? To us, it means helping accident victims get their lives back to normal again. Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
If you're on the fence about taking your young child in for a COVID shot, we have some facts you need to know.
We're talking vaccine safety with our Time for Kids health expert.
And a soggy morning for commutes is in the forecast. We'll have this and more tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Welcome back. It looks like the skyrocketing prices of homes around the U.S. won't be going down soon.
According to the National Association of Realtors, the median price of existing single-family homes rose in the third quarter in nearly all of the 183 markets that they track. In 78% of those markets, prices went up double digits. New tonight, a major donation for a local program helping high school students prepare for college. Ascendium Education Group contributing $250,000 today to the local Avid Tops programs, helping it stay afloat and continue through the school year at an event tonight featuring one of the program's success stories.
So I am a first-generation college graduate. I was raised by a single mother of 4 who did not even graduate from high school, so I really had no idea how any of this worked. And without the resources and guidance that the AVID program provided me with, I don't think I would honestly be here.
Matita's story is amazing, and she's a real inspiration. And we know that there's a lot of Matitas out there who have participated in this program, and hopefully many more to come. And that's very rewarding for us as an organization.
Matita is a recent UW-Milwaukee grad and is now attending the Medical School of Wisconsin to become a physician. The Avid Tops program is a partnership between the Madison School District and the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, helping prepare high school students for college, also by making it more affordable.
The Salvation Army is getting ready to kick off their annual Red Kettle campaign, and organizers are still looking for thousands of local volunteers to help them. Christina Lore reports.
It's beginning to sound a lot like Christmas. The Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign kicks off Friday, and although it feels like we hear this every year, this year is especially important.
We've got almost 3 times the amount of women in our single women's shelter,
And with cold weather coming, we anticipate that even increasing more.
The single women's shelter is the only one of its kind in the county, open 24/7. Steve Heck, Director of Operations, says the Salvation Army needs to raise a minimum of $525,000 between now and Christmas Eve. But his goal is 3 times that, $1.7 million.
If they start to see the signs out here and they hope it's almost that time again.
This is where you come in.
No amount of time is too little to give. The average bell ringer raises $200 in just a 2-hour shift.
Right now, the Salvation Army has 9,000 open, which, if filled, could raise nearly $2 million. Bell ringers are needed at dozens of stores, including Festival Foods on East Washington.
We're very involved in giving back.
Store manager Jake Donahue is also encouraging his employees to sign up for shifts.
The chance for us to have the kettles outside of our stores right in the exits is just a great opportunity for us to do that.
And if you don't have spare time or change, don't worry.
All of our registers have a way to either give, your change, $1, $5, any denomination that you feel comfortable with.
I promise you, if you come out and give 2 hours, you will not regret it, and you'll probably go home and sign up for another shift.
In Madison, Christina Laurie, News 3 Now.
You can sign up for a bell ringing shift at ringbellsdane.org. And we also have that information on our website, channel3000.com.
Well, let's go to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti now as we're getting ready to change things up in the weather. Gary?
Yeah, those Salvation Army kettles show up, and Christmas isn't too far away, so is winter. And boy, we'll see that change in the weather as well over the next 24 hours. Time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam shows a little bit of sunshine early this morning, but the clouds started to thicken up, and then we started to see a few sprinkles of rain develop as we headed into the mid to late afternoon hours. But for the most part, the rain has stayed north and west of Madison this evening. 3 things you need to know. Showers are likely, though, overnight into tomorrow morning. Then high temperatures drop back into the 30s beginning on Friday, lasting for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And we'll see some snow showers or flurries Friday, and then again Saturday night into Sunday. If there are any accumulations, they'll be minor. Everything right now in the form of rain across our part of the Midwest. There have been a couple of thunderstorms. Precipitation starting to change over to a little bit of snow in the northern portion of Minnesota. But here in southern Wisconsin, that first batch of rain primarily went north and west of Madison, now lifting into central Wisconsin. The next batch of showers just about ready to cross over the Mississippi River into the southwestern portion of the state west of Prairie du Chien. And as we look at future track, you can see the rain moving in overnight. And here's that cold front we've been talking about for the last couple of days. That will put an end to the mild weather and start bringing in the colder weather by tomorrow afternoon. The rain will probably come to an end, but the clouds will linger, and then by later tomorrow night, we'll start to see some flurries of snow. And if you haven't seen any snow flurries or snow showers yet this season, you probably will see them either late tomorrow night or during the day on Friday. And if you miss those, you probably have a chance Saturday night into Sunday. But definitely colder weather, and you can see another batch of snow showers up in North Dakota that'll be in here for Saturday night and Sunday. Rainfall amounts heaviest out toward the La Crosse area. Some areas there may pick up around an inch of rain. They've seen a couple of bouts of rain, whereas Madison, areas to the south and east, probably a ½ inch or less. Snowfall amounts generally less than an inch, and that takes into account the snow Friday as well as Saturday night into Sunday. Heavier amounts are possible north and west of, say, central and northern Wisconsin. Northern portions of Minnesota could see several inches of snow, and there are winter storm watches up there. High temperatures today in the 50s again, but the colder air is just north of the U.S.-Canadian border, and that will start to drop down behind this weather system. The jet stream's starting to buckle now. The colder northwesterly winds will start filtering in behind the storm, which is coming together across Iowa. So the cold air starts pouring in behind it. The cold front moves eastward, and that puts the end to our mild weather for a while. As we take a look at our forecast for tomorrow, look for a high of 50, but that'll be early in the day with showers in the morning. Then we'll turn colder in the afternoon as winds shift around to the west and southwest. And on future track, again, that changeover probably occurs early tomorrow morning. Then we'll see clouds into tomorrow night with some snow showers arriving for Friday. Rainfall amounts, 1/4 to a ½ inch most areas. Snowfall amounts less than an inch, but the 7 to 10 day forecast definitely colder for the weekend. Highs mid to upper 30s, nighttime low temperatures in the 20s. We start warming up again middle part of next week. The next weather system perhaps brings us some rain showers from Friday or Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening, and then we turn a little bit colder toward the end of next week.
All right, Gary, thank you. Just ahead in sports, week 11 of the Badger Blueprint. Zach Hanley and Jim Polzine explain why Wisconsin's game against Northwestern should not be close. That's next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Five years ago, Mannheim Steamroller released an album that revolutionized Christmas forever. The album that started it all, Mannheim Steamroller Christmas, will be performed live in its entirety for the first time ever. Come celebrate America's favorite Christmas tradition. Mannheim Steamroller Christmas by Chip Davis.
At Overture Center, Sunday, November 28th. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
I became an orthopedic surgeon for a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
To help you take walks again. To ease your pain.
To rebuild your strength.
And at every step along the way,
we take the time to answer all your questions.
We're here because we care.
We care about you. You.
You.
They care about me.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics. Listening, healing, caring. It's in our nature.
It's time to get holiday ready with Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks. Or with Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And come home in a Ford Bronco Sport. That's how you get holiday ready. Get a Ford F-150 with 0 for 60 and 500 retail bonus cash, plus complimentary maintenance when you sign up for Ford Pass Rewards. See your Ford dealer today.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
When 140-mile-per-hour winds come out of nowhere and try to wipe you off the map. When you look up and see sky where your roof used to be. When the power is out and stays out for 7 or 8 or 10 days. When the phone lines are down and the cell phones have all gone dead. You find out who your friends are. Because the worst brings out our best.
What is all this?
We call them options.
Options? Don't make me laugh.
Unbeatable selection without the drama. 2 pair plus a free eye exam as low as $59.95.
I consider every game a rivalry game, you know. And if you're not a Wisconsin Badger, you're a rival to me.
We'll get to Northwestern in a bit, but first we have to look back at Wisconsin's 5th straight win. He's Jim Polzine from the Wisconsin State Journal. I'm Zach Hanley, and this is the Badger Blueprint. 579 yards and 45 points. That's what the Badger offense put up on the Scarlet Knights. On the ground, UW rushed for over 300 yards, and through the air, Graham Mertz threw for 240 yards and 3 scores. And for the first time all season, that unit looked how they expected to back in fall camp.
It's us kind of finally picking up, holding up the standard that the offense that I knew that we could have been from the beginning, that what I've been saying since fall camp, summertime, and just finally all the things are just starting to come together for us. You know, seeing guys like Braylon and Ches and Danny and KP, you know, and Graham, you know, doing their thing, and the O-line pancaking dudes, you know, that gets the defense going, like, you know, so I think as a whole, it's just we all feed off of each other.
Jim, it only took 9 games, but the Badgers finally got both the running game and the passing attack going.
Yeah, I can back up Kendrick Pryor there. He has been saying that since fall camp, and we all kind of waited for it. You know, even when things were going bad, he kept saying it. I think the thing that really stood out the other night was there was balance. 250 yards rushing and 250 yards passing in a game for the first time in over a decade. That's kind of what we thought this offense could be and finally showed.
Now, one thing to watch for Jim moving forward is the running backs. If Ches Malusi can't go, who's the number 2 behind Braylon Allen?
Yeah, it really comes down to 3 Wisconsin guys. We saw Jackson Aker from Verona make his debut the other day, Julius Davis from Menominee Falls, and Brady Shipper from Stoughton. Those 3 guys probably all have to have an increased role, and the one other scary thing to think about is that Braylon Allen isn't 100%. He's dealing with some nagging stuff too, so that tailback room, which we've said has been thin ever since Jalen Berger left, just got a whole lot more thin, and it's getting to the point where it could be a real issue.
During Wisconsin's 5-game winning streak, the defense has become a turnover-forcing machine. In the last 4 games, the count is at 13. 6 picks and 7 fumbles recovered, including 2 on special teams. They've even scored last week, and that's something they plan on continuing the rest of the way.
Forcing fumbles, getting interceptions, and then finally getting in the end zone as a defense. That was huge. We got to do that a little more and continue the streak.
That's what we want to cause, is a lot of turnovers, and Coach Leonard emphasizes it a lot, and I think just capitalizing and finishing those plays really helped us.
There's not much more this unit can do for this team. I mean, they've outscored Rutgers 7-3 last week.
Yeah, we've been talking turnovers for a while. The missing piece was turning those turnovers into 6 points, and Caesar Williams was able to do that. This defense has been really an A+ for most of the season, and you know, the thing is, lately, they've been able to get the lead and be aggressive. Wisconsin's offense has been doing more. That allows the defense to be more aggressive, playing with the lead.
When it comes to Northwestern, the best way to describe them is a thorn in Wisconsin's side. They always seem to play UW tough, no matter how good or bad of a season each team is having. In the last 30 meetings in this series, the Badgers have 15 wins, and the Wildcats have 15 wins.
Good players, well coached. They're a tough football team. You know, I think they do a great job of playing good football, you know, and to where they're not going to give you much. You got to go earn it.
We got to do whatever we can to prepare for that, but also not feel like it has to be that type of game, and understand if we can do what we can and execute every play, then we can have good success.
Northwestern seems to have the personality of their head coach, Pat Fitzgerald, just kind of a grindy team. But like Scott Nelson said, this game doesn't have to be close.
And I don't expect it to, not that I'm going to give away my pick right now, but the one constant in this Wisconsin-Northwestern series has been Northwestern's defense makes life difficult on Wisconsin. I think that won't be the case so much this year, but Wisconsin has to avoid turnovers. That's been another thing throughout the years, is that Northwestern's got a knack at forcing turnovers against Wisconsin's offense. Lately, it's been good for Wisconsin's offense. They need to continue that trend.
And still to come, the Badgers are going bowling. What that means to the program next on the Badger Blueprint.
Starion Bank's mobile banking solutions can help you get it all done. Easily move money with Zelle and Transfer Now. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities at starionbank.com.
It's a fact. We use our internet and TV more than ever, with most of us spending nearly 7 hours a day online. So it's no wonder thousands of families are switching to Spectrum, because most families have up to 8 connected devices, which means they need even more speed. Switch to Spectrum Internet and get the fastest starting speeds for the price. 200 megabits for just $44.99 a month, with a free modem and free security suite included. Call 833-546-4499. When it comes to TV, we're watching more than ever. In fact, 80% of us watch TV every day. Spectrum TV lets you catch all your favorite sports, news, and more live. Plus, download the free Spectrum TV app and watch on your devices. Switch to Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-546-4499. The fact is, Spectrum has the best services at the best price. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract. Call 833-546-4499.
Here's to the holidays. Here's to the casserole queens and Santas who saute. To the turkeys brined in beer, and well, just beer. To the ones who do the most, and the ones who do the least. To the classic traditions, and whatever you call this one. This year, no matter how you holiday, Festival has you covered. Festival Foods, a Wisconsin tradition since 1946.
Keep your home looking sharp with shelving solutions from Menards. Whether you need extra storage or want to add an accent to your living space, Dakota Shelving has the solution for you. Choose from our great collection of sizes and finishes to suit your needs. Elevate your style with our assortment of sturdy and beautiful Designer's Image shelf brackets. All Designer's Image shelf brackets and Dakota storage solutions are 11% off right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
At U.S. Cellular, we know the local landscape, so we can help everyone stay connected for less. And less also means more, as in more choice. While the other guys may limit your options, at U.S. Cellular, you choose any phone and we make it free. That's right. Visit our store and any phone you see is free. Plus, get unlimited data for $30 a month and get the most out of our state-of-the-art network, wherever you choose to go. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Starion Bank's mobile banking solutions can help you get it all done. Safely deposit checks from anywhere, anytime with mobile deposit. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities at StarionBank.com.
The Packers face the Seahawks Sunday at 3:25.
For the 20th straight season, Wisconsin is going bowling. And during that time, it went from being an accomplishment to being one of the standards of the program. Now, playing in a bowl game is a big deal, but this group has bigger goals to chase first.
Stay so consistent over time, and it's really a credit to all those involved, and it's a fun time to be a Badger, you know, when you can continue that tradition.
It's the standard of Wisconsin football. You want to end the year as a champion, and whatever that means, you want to reach for, you want to strive for that. So for us, it's great to be bowl eligible. We still want to be champions before that.
It's funny how Nick Herbig didn't even know they became bowl eligible when you brought it up to him. He's too focused on Northwestern. How do you see this one going?
Yeah, first of all, with the bowl streak, you know, I think we can appreciate the bowl streak, you know, in the 20 years is a pretty amazing thing, and still want more from this program. I think those two things can both happen. I think they're going to beat Northwestern handily. I'm not sure Northwestern will be able to score in this game. I think Wisconsin wins going away.
Yeah, I agree. The Wildcats can score on offense and have struggled on defense this season. That's not going to change Saturday. The Badgers roll again and win their 6th straight game. And that's it for this week's Badger Blueprint. For Jim Polzine, I'm Zach Hanley. Thanks for watching.
Gentlemen, thank you. It'll be nice to see the Badgers back at Exeter Camp Randall this weekend. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.